Oh, wrong way. Well, here we go again. Signed up for another 50k race. I just hope it doesn't hurt as much as the last one, because that hurt a lot. So now that decision's made, I've got 9 weeks to get into some sort of better shape than what I'm in. And ideally, actually have fun during the race. Crazy idea, but we can dream, right? So to keep myself honest, I've decided record the process. I'm going to post updates. I'm going to work my butt off, and we'll see how it goes. So if you like the idea of vicariously experiencing hours and hours of pain followed by a little bit of payoff at the end, you've come to the right place. In this video, I'm going to tell you where I'm at, where I want to be, and how I plan to get there. And if you're anything like me, you're like a middle-aged normal punter who's interested in distance running, maybe this can help you out. And if it doesn't help you out, maybe we can have a bit of fun along the way. Who knows? Anyway, that's for later. Right now, I've got a lot of miles to cover, so see you soon.
I'll be running the Kosci 50, which takes place in Kosciuszko National Park. It's 50 kilometers in length with 1,350 meters of elevation, so plenty of ups and downs. I'm not just talking about the course. Okay, so let's talk about the training plan. I've got 9 weeks, which isn't a huge amount of time, but should still be long enough to make some definite improvements. The Kosci 50 course has a little bit of everything, so flat, downhill, some gentle sort of undulating uphill sections, and a couple of steep climbs. So I will have to train for all of those profiles. I need to make sure my legs can handle that mix of fast flats and tough climbs without falling apart mid-race. Anyway, I've also started incorporating strength training into the mix. I have had issues with cramping in the past, and actually still have issues with cramping on long runs. So I'm hoping that the extra strength work will help to keep that in check a little bit. The tricky part with that is just balancing the strength work with keeping up the mileage of running. Obviously, pushing hard in the gym on a Friday sort of messes my legs up for a run on Saturday. So there's definitely a bit of a balancing act I need to work on there, as historically I've not been very good at finding that middle ground. Then there's the issue of weight. I do know that I could stand to lose a few kilograms, and I'm sort of working on that too. I am wary of doing too much dieting while I'm trying to train for the race. Obviously, you still need energy to do the training. I am trying to just pay a bit more attention to how much I'm eating, cut back on snacking and unhealthy food. Keep that to an absolute minimum. So I will be doing a weigh-in in this video and then in each subsequent video in this series, just to keep track of that as well. And hopefully I can see some correlation between the healthy diet, the weight loss, and increased performance when I'm out running. Lastly, like most of us, I assume, I am juggling other things in life besides just training for this run. So work, I play tennis, got some other projects and family commitments going on. So my training has to fit around all of that. Probably what that means is I won't be able to perfectly adhere to my training plan. I'll just have to find ways to work around it wherever I can. So my basic plan is to stay consistent each week with 3 shorter runs through the week. These shorter runs are going to form a base of 25 to 30 kilometers per week. On weekends, I'm going to add in a longer run. That'll be anywhere from 20 to 35 kilometers in one go. So my overall weekly mileage will build from a low of around 40 kilometers a week up to around 65 kilometers per week before tapering down into the race itself. On top of that, I also want to fit in 2 strength sessions each week, as I said, just to build up my legs a bit and hopefully hold back the cramps in the race itself. Rather than start from scratch, I did the 2024 version of making something and just dropped some instructions into Chat GPT. Here's my criteria. I want to have a full rest day on Wednesday because I often travel to work that day. 3 runs, less than or equal to 10 kilometers, plus 1 long run on the weekends, building up. A 2-week taper period at the end, 2 gym sessions per week, and I want to make Tuesday a running day. I often play tennis in the evening and I don't like going to the gym in the morning. So Tuesday I can get up early, do a run, and still play tennis in the evening. Okay, so here is the training plan, the output from Chat GPT. I have formatted this a little bit in the Google Sheet just for clarity. As you can see, I've got September's nearly over, but October, November will be the main training months through to race day at the end of November there. Having a look at the weekly activities, I have got 1, 2, 3 short runs. Quite intelligently has given me a hilly run on Tuesday, tempo, which is a slightly shorter distance on Thursday, and then the easy run on Saturday, which is nice because Sunday I've got my long run. Gym sessions on the days in between, so Friday and Monday. And then as requested, every Wednesday is a rest. As far as running, my main variable is going to be that long run. So aiming to start off at around 20, and that's reflected in this plan. So 20 to 25, 20 to 25 for the first 2 weeks, and then it bumps it up 25 to 30 for the next couple of weeks. And then moving through to November, 30 to 35 for the last 3 weeks. Now, after that, I do have a taper period, which is 10 days, so about a week and a half. It did have a 2-week taper, but that's because it initially thought the race was on a Sunday. So some people will just get to that 1 week out and then basically cease all activity. Not exactly a taper, but then maybe 1 week makes sense. But if you are actually gradually tapering off, then I think 2 weeks is probably fine. Not that I know anything, but whatever. So I will start my taper on the 18th. The runs get easier, a bit shorter and sort of more moderate to easy running rather than hilly and tempo running. No gym sessions on the race week. Instead of the Monday gym session, I've got rest or mobility, which is just some sort of stretching and stuff like that. 1 easy run that week. Rest day here, which is actually going to be travel day from Brisbane. And then the race the next day. So I'm pretty happy with that. The next 2 months, I suppose, will tell how well I'm able to stick to this around everything else that I've got going on. I have put tick boxes here just so I can feel good about ticking things off as I go. Again, as you can probably tell, I'm not an expert. I'm trying things and learning from success or failure and just making things up as I go along, really. So all that's left is to do a quick weigh-in so I can put that on the record, and then we'll wrap things up. $85.8 is my initial weight. Let's see how we go.
Of course, at the end of the day, the big wild card in all this is really the muscle cramps. So I will make sure that I'm covering off all the basics. As I get into those longer runs, I'll let you know how that's going as well, let you know what worked, what didn't work. So maybe if you're in a similar situation to me, you might find it useful. Then again, you might not. I have no idea if this is going to be informative. I have no idea if it's even going to be fun. But if you think it might be interesting, tune in next time, maybe even subscribe. Leave comments, questions, abuse, whatever. I'll respond when I get a chance. And in particular, if you are a good runner and you know that I'm doing it wrong, please let me know. Send help. I'll take whatever I can get. Until next time.